Hello, this is John Speelman with Game of the Day, or rather a roundup of the 5th round of the Grenke Classic tournament in Baden-Baden, the 3rd Grenke Classic. It's been a fantastic tournament, especially yesterday. Anand against Carlsen was an amazing game, I thought. The round started with Arkady Naiditsch half a point ahead of Carlsen, and as I speak, Naiditsch is trying to grind Fabiano Caruana down, but I doubt if he'll succeed. And even if he does, although it'll be extremely significant, it won't be a particularly exciting game. And also Etienne Bacrot's a bit better against Michael Adams. But the really interesting games, I thought I'm going to do Magnus's Carlsen's win against David Baramidze first, and then I'll have a little look at the Iranian Anand game as well. Okay, so Carlsen chose 1e4, he does everything, and on they went. It was a Roy Lopez, a Breyer, I think it was. All right, I mean, there's vast amounts of theory, of course. Knight b8 is the Breyer, isn't it? Here we are, and Magnus didn't really get very much, in fact. He played e3, c6. He decided to exchange the black squared bishops. I'm not particularly sure why he does this, but there are lots of different plans. I mean, people have written whole books in this line. Okay, so queen d2, knight e6, bishop t. And Baramidze is just defending himself. And it's here that Magnus, I believe it's here that Magnus now sprang into action. I wondered, because black is defending by playing queen f4, when you have to exchange queens, I wondered about h4 in this position. But machines weren't terribly impressed. One thing is that, well, say you went c5, I think was a line it gave. c5, d5, queen f4, knight g5 was my wonderful idea. Knight takes, pawn takes, and you can just win a pawn with f6 actually, and nothing really happens. So let's revert. I just, I wondered because when Magnus did take action, it wasn't that clear. So he played d5. I suppose that's the critical move. And when you play this, it's going to lead to a long tactical line, long forced line, and basically. I guess he just thought he had to do it. Takes, queen f4 is the point. Takes, knight e4, attacking d6. The knight, even if black wanted to keep control, he can't move the knight because of knight f6 check, so he has to capture. And Magnus exchanged on b5 first, which makes sense. So my first thought actually when I looked at the position was g3, but then f5 is quite a good move. And I've probably got some analysis somewhere. G takes f4 is given. There are lots of lines, but for instance, if knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes e8, knight h3 check, king f1, bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, and black is a pawn up, although white's piece is right. So black can play e4 here, and although white's active, I mean, the black's extra pawn matters, and he is attacking on the king side. So that wasn't particularly clear. And Magnus played knight takes d6, which was my next thought. But now I think Baramidze made a mistake. The best move seems to be bishop takes f3. And the point is that after knight takes e8, and it's easy to miss this, you play knight takes g2. I mean, obviously I was doing this with software. I was saying to my software what's going on, because you do in these circumstances. And that's a very strong move indeed. I think in a game you should see it probably, really, on a good day. But he played rook e6, which is less good. And now knight e4. So now white's got a little bit of control because the black pieces are quite badly placed. And f5 happened.